Det sägs ju att endast det bästa är gott nog. Och jag befinner mig här på Studio Franzén i Gamla stan i Stockholm och vi har ätit en fantastisk lunch. Men definitivt har vi också druckit underbara viner från Nya Zeeland och från Australien. Vinmakarna har jag bakom mig här. Jag har Pernod Hicken från Jacobs Creek i Australien och så har vi Patrick Marterman från Stoneleigh på Nya Zeeland. Välkomna att följa med oss på en riktigt härlig vinprovning. Well, nice to have you both here from New Zealand and Australia. If you look back only 30 years ago, Australia was selling itself under the motto of sunshine in the bottle with all vintages the same, the climate was the same and wines were very easy to like and so on. Now you're here with a different idea, that there are big differences. And the same for New Zealand, you have your Sauvignon Blanc which is so easy identifiable and now you find differences. And I know, I've been there in both countries, so I know that there are tremendous differences, and I think it's very exciting. Is it difficult to explain this now?
Well, I think it's I mean, from our perspective, we've sort of evolved as an industry. We certainly, the Australian wines earned this, I guess, global reputation for producing wines that were, consistent quality, great value for money, very good varietal definition, ripe. They were ripe because of the warm sunshine and lack of sort of wet weather during vintage that we produce clean, varietal, ripe wines. And that was all well and good, but I think there's a point where the consumer needs to learn more about a particular country or regions within that country and hence to learn about the diversity of regions and wine styles and varieties within that region. That's certainly been a theme for Australia to I guess, reinvent itself in terms of talking about some of the classic regions in Australia.
And that's the same for New Zealand. You are, 20 years ago, did you know of the differences you had in the terroir then?
Well, it's a very young industry in New Zealand. We planted Marlborough's first Sauvignon Blanc in 1975, so the first wine in 79. So it's really only since 79, not that long ago, and I've been with the company the last 25 vintages, seen enormous change over that time, and it's so I think the reason we've changed or evolved wine style is partly because actually we want to keep Sauvignon Blanc very interesting for the consumer, but also we've learned an enormous amount along the way, and it's learning about the climate we have, about the different soils we have within Marlborough, and actually vinification, viticultural techniques, how they can influence style.
We've tasted several very good wines here, and you've picked one wine each here, and of course yours is Sauvignon Blanc, and I think this was one of the most interesting wines we had today for several reasons. One was the terroir that you can taste here. It's truly Kiwi style, but it also has this wonderful, almost dusty mineral, I would say cool, nice, appetizing flavor. And it's a mature Sauvignon Blanc. That's very unusual, and I would never have expected it from New Zealand.
Well, I think New Zealand's Sauvignon Blanc is not renowned for its age-worthiness, and generally, they're incredibly aromatic wines, and they age. The aromas sort of mature relatively quickly. They change to other aromas. So with this wine, we've tried to, I guess, lock in a flavour spectrum which is incredibly age-worthy. The wine is more about texture, mouthfeel, the ability to match with complex food flavours as well. So that's been achieved through hand harvesting, very low crop levels in the vineyard.
It's a beautiful wine, and it's truly an eye-opener to me, and I think to many people, that you're able to make this, and it's great. I love it, very good. And you've picked something that's very Australian, right?
Yes, this wine here is Centenary Hill Shiraz, and I guess it themes on a few things. Firstly, it's from the Barossa, which is probably the most famous region out of Australia. Shiraz is probably the one that we've had the most success easily in terms of grape varieties, and we sell Shiraz around the world and is loved by millions of wine consumers globally. But this is one of the best Shiraz that we make, Centenary Hill. And the theming behind the wine itself is it's made from very old vines. So we're talking about one vineyard in particular that's 95 years old, and it's tracking towards 100-year-old vines. And we'll be having a very special birthday party for the vineyard too when that comes up. But there's something very special about these old vines in the Barossa, because we've never had the phylloxera disease in that state. And you get very low yields from these old vines, but you get lovely soft tannins. There's a silkiness to the palate and the profile, which is the real signature of old vine Shiraz. And so this is, I guess, a classic example of very old Barossa Shiraz.
Thank you very much, and wonderful to have you here, and you should come more often. I think it's great to have you here, and there is so much, and I can say that to those that are looking at this as well. There's a wonderful lot to experience in both these countries. New styles and the diversity in both varieties. We've been talking, of course, about Sauvignon Blanc, but your Shiraz, I love them, or Syrah, which is very, very unique in its style as well. And the whites, of course. Steingarten, which is a fantastic wine. We had a 2002 here today with an enormous ability to age. Very, very good wine. So thank you for coming here, and look forward to seeing you soon again.
Thank you for having us. Thank you. Thank you.